Time having arrived, I call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Brockton City Council to order. Will you all please join me in standing and saluting our flag? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's nicer when there's a whole group of people saying it with you. Councilor Farwell.
Mr. President, a moment of personal privilege. Councilors, I'd like to take a minute and ask for a moment of silence for the late clerk magistrate, Kevin P. Creedon. Kevin died recently. He was the clerk magistrate at Brockton District Court. Always a gentleman. Many of the people that we had come into the police department were good people, but they made a mistake. And he treated them with dignity and respect. He would explain to them the bail issues, release on recognizance. I never heard him utter an unkind word, nor did I ever hear him make a derogatory comment about anyone. A true public servant left us, and I wish we had more Kevin Creedons in the world. Rest in peace, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you. May he rest in peace. Councilor Charnell.
Mr. President, I will make a motion that we take numbers 1 through 5 collectively, 1 through 3 collectively.
And act on them this evening.
Enact on it this evening.
Second.
Motion properly made and seconded to take items 1 through 3 under suspension of the rules and act on them tonight. All in favor? All opposed? The motion passes. Mr. Clerk. Madam Clerk.
By roll call vote, Azak.
You have to read the items.
Oh, sorry.
We'll have the promotion of Lieutenant William Carpenter to the rank of captain in the Brockton Police Department. Item number 2, we have the promotion of Sergeant Stephen Pierce to the rank of lieutenant in the Brockton Police Department. Item 3, we have the promotion of Officer Julie Hill to the rank of sergeant in the Brockton Police Department.
By roll call vote, Azak.
Yes.
Charnell.
Yes.
Farwell.
Yes.
Griffin.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Lally.
Yes.
6 in the affirmative.
The appointments are confirmed. Councilor Charnell.
I also make a motion for reconsideration with the hopes that it does not prevail.
Second.
Motion been properly made and seconded for reconsideration. All in favor of reconsideration? All opposed? Reconsideration fails. Congratulations. Now we will commence with the swearing in.
I believe the chief is going to introduce it.
Good evening, councilors. Thank you for having us this evening. Just wanted to take a moment to, most of you guys know these officers, however, just to reintroduce them. William Carpenter to captain. He's been with our police department for 21 years. He is a Marine Corps veteran. Steve Pierce to lieutenant. He's been with the police department for 21 years, an Army veteran. And Julie Hill, who cannot be here today, to sergeant with 21 years, an Army veteran. She'll become the 5th female supervisor in our police department. And I'd like to congratulate all of them, and I look forward to continuing to work with them as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Mr.
We are going to swear in Captain Carpenter and Lieutenant Pierce this evening, if they would step forward. Congratulations, gentlemen. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, William Carpenter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, William Carpenter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge, and perform
discharge, and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a police officer,
as a police officer,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and the ordinances of the City of Brockton.
and the ordinances of the City of Brockton.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name,
I, William Carpenter,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Congratulations, gentlemen. If you'll take a step up one at a time and sign the oath book. I'm sure your father's looking down from the wall right there. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You can step up. You can sign right here. Congratulations.
Now, we're going to proceed to the fire department, then we'll take one recess for all the promotions to congratulate everybody.
Mr.
Counselor
President,
Azak.
I'd like to take items 4 and 5 collectively and act on them, under suspension of the rules and act on them this evening.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to take these items collectively and act on suspension of the rules. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Clerk?
Item 4, we have the promotion of firefighter Lieutenant Michael Feeney to the rank of fire captain in the Brockton Fire Department. Item 5, we have the promotion of firefighter Edward S. Churchill to the rank of lieutenant in the Brockton Fire Department.
Madam Clerk?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
6 in the affirmative.
The promotions are confirmed. Counselor Azak?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion
Reconsideration.
for reconsideration in hopes it does not prevail.
Second.
Motion's been properly made and seconded for reconsideration. All in favor? All opposed? Reconsideration fails. Congratulations. If Chief Nardelli would like to say a couple of words, the floor is yours.
Good evening, Mr. President. Good evening, councilors. Thank you again for having us tonight. You know that we always love to be in this council chamber with new appointments, promotions, all of that, because it shows a nice, peaceful transformation of leadership. throughout our department, which is what is the crux to how things operate around here. So I'm very happy tonight to be up here to speak for Captain Michael Feeney and Lieutenant Edward Churchill. Captain Feeney is someone I've worked with over the years, a number of years, always worked in busy companies, did strong work wherever he was to protect the residents of the city of Brockton. When I was a new lieutenant, I actually was assigned with Captain Feeney, who was a firefighter at the time, and he really had some insight to his district, understood what the job was in that area, and was always a firm hand to look after the troops and know what's going on each and every incident we went on. Lieutenant Edward Churchill, a friend of mine, we worked together as firefighters way back in the mid-90s, as some people now call it, those old 1900s, right? So Eddie and I worked side by side downtown together. Both of these men I call friends. They will be true leaders in this department. Captain Feeney has 29 years on the job. Lieutenant Churchill has 31 years on the job. So these are leaders that are coming to you with great experience, have been through a lot in this department, good, bad, and indifferent. We look forward to having them lead the men and women of the Brockton Fire Department. So thank you for having us here tonight. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you,
You
Chief.
bring them up?
And
Right here. Captain Feeney and Lieutenant Churchill, please stand.
congratulations again. I'm going to call a brief recess for the folks at home who are wondering why the fire department promotions are not being sworn in tonight. The system for the fire department works differently, so they get spared that. Congratulations, all of you. I call a brief recess.
It's changing.
We are back from recess. Mr. Clerk, item number 6.
Item 6, we have the reappointment of Lily Green, residing at 142 Wooded Ave, Brockton, Mass., to the Conservation Commission as a regular member for a 3-year term effective retroactively to June 2026 and expiring June 2029.
That is referred to Finance.
We have the reappointment of Dr. Amina Pilgrim of 10 Columbia Street, Brockton, Mass., to the Library Board of Trustees for a 3-year term effective retroactively from February 2026 and ending in February 2029.
That is referred to Finance.
Reappointment of James Wade of 121 Longwood Ave, Brockton, Mass., to the Commission on Human Rights as a regular member for a 3-year term effective September 26 and expiring September 2029.
Referred to Finance.
We have the reappointment of Reverend Joseph P. Policape of 696 North Main Street, Brockton, Mass., to the Library Board of Trustees for a 3-year term effective retroactively from February 2026 and ending in February 2029.
Referred to Finance.
We have a hearing. We have a public hearing for Brockton Community Electricity. The City of Brockton will hold a public hearing on August 24th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time during the City Council meeting in the Council Chambers Room at City Hall, 45 School Street, Brockton, Mass. 02301. You may attend the hearing in person. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes each, or you may view the hearing on BCA Government Channel 6 or on YouTube at www.youtube.com at TheBrocktonChannels. Brockton Community Electricity is a municipal aggregation program authorized under Mass General Law, Chapter 164, Section 134. A copy of the plan is available for public review at BrocktonCommunityElectricity.com and in the Brockton City Hall. Questions and comments can also be submitted ahead of time, either using the online form at BrocktonCommunityElectricity.com. You can also reach Troy Clarkson at tclarkson@brockton.gov or Corey Paul at kpaul@brockton.gov.
Time having arrived, I declare this hearing open.
I've had no one sign in prior to the meeting. If there's anybody in the public that would like to speak or ask questions on this, they can step up and state their name.
Please give your name and address to the clerk when you reach the podium. Yep. Good evening.
Good evening. Patricia Dumas, why are we looking for electricity from the city?
What?
The city, why are we all of a sudden trying to get the city to control the electricity?
Actually, the community electricity people are here, and she can answer that question. The city is not supplying the electricity.
Oh, no, I understand that, but why all of a sudden is this coming up?
So,
After all these years? When we have all these programs, we have the different electric companies that come around and you can choose your own electricity.
so that would be a question for the proponents, for the folks
And
from.
you didn't go online, but we'll take your name and contact information, and the people are right there. They're going to be speaking later. You can get that information from the people sitting right next to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Could we have your name? Excuse me, we didn't get your name. Could we have your name, please?
Let me write it for you. Yeah. No, just my address. I'll just put my email down. Can you read that?
Do you guys put your 39? And where is it at? Is it
Yeah. Yep.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
What's your residential
Huh?
address? What's your
Anybody
residential
else?
17 Brook Street.
address? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Joseph Walker. I'll be brief. There's 50 municipalities in Massachusetts that have already taken this decision and moved forward. From what I understand from the people that I know that live in these communities, they continue to receive reliable service. at competitive rates compared to their non-community electric neighbors. I believe that it is wise for us to make the decision to move this forward, and I urge you to vote in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here to speak on this matter?
We're unable to hear it. It would be nice if we could hear it again.
Mr. Clerk?
What's that?
You can't hear the speakers at the podium.
Yeah, we didn't hear nothing, he said.
Turn the system up. You know, is it switch?
Councilors, we're going to call a brief recess.
For all the money the city's getting from taxpayers, you're cheaping out on a speaker system.
All right, we're not going to go back and forth. All right, we're back in.
Sure.
Councilors, this is an item that we aren't voting on. This is a hearing that was required to be held. So there is no vote on this. This is just a hearing for the public to express support, opposition, questions, or concerns. Is there anyone else who has anything that they would like to say as part of the hearing? Just give your name to the clerk.
My name is Alexander Hoxie. I'm at 46 Spring Street in Brockton, Massachusetts. I'm also a small business owner. I just want to say I hope that people are looking at this and this is the best and cheapest option for everybody. And it would be more helpful if we could speak after the electric company speaks, because we don't really know what they're going to say tonight. So it is a little more helpful to speak after, kind of, I think, in my opinion. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Hearing none, I declare the hearing closed. Mr. Clerk.
Item 11, we have the report of the Ordinance Committee for its meeting of July 21st, 2026.
Accepted and placed on file.
We have the report of the Finance Committee for its meeting of August 17th, 2026.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the police chief requesting the following personnel be promoted as they are the top-ranked candidates on the promotional list. Rank of Captain, Lieutenant William Carpenter. Rank of Lieutenant, Sergeant Stephen Pierce. Rank of Sergeant, Officer Julie Hill.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor on all three of those recommending the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the fire chief recommending the promotion of Fire Lieutenant Michael Feeney to the rank of Fire Captain in the Brockton Fire Department.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the fire chief recommending the promotion of firefighter Edward S. Churchill to the rank of lieutenant.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Mr. President,
Councilor Farwell.
Just a point of parliamentary inquiry. If we had some people that asked a question about municipal aggregation, electrical aggregation, if we're not going to have a presentation tonight, and it was just a public hearing, could we at least just give them a brief explanation of what it is so that they didn't come here for no reason at all? Or
I believe there is a
resolve later in the evening. If you'd like to make a motion to move it forward and take it under suspension of the rules, there are people here from
the people from Good Energy are here.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Do you want to make that motion?
We also have the prior presentation they gave that I'm sure we can find
Yeah.
from when they were
You
here
want to make a
before.
motion to
Second, actually.
move that up and take it under suspension of the rules?
Yeah, I'd make that motion.
And then I second it.
Motion properly made and seconded. All in favor? All opposed? The motion passes. Mr. Clerk.
Give me a second here. Item 73, and whereas resolved that the Brockton City Council hereby acknowledges that the City of Brockton entered into a municipal aggregation agreement with Good Energy, Inc., and that the public review period for the proposed municipal aggregation plan has commenced. Now therefore be it resolved that the Brockton City Council invites representatives of Good Energy, Inc. to appear before the Finance Committee to present the proposed municipal aggregation plan, explain its anticipated benefits and implementation, and answer questions for members of the City Council and the residents of the City of Brockton. And further resolved that the Finance Committee shall provide an opportunity for public comment regarding the proposed municipal aggregation plan during its review of the proposal.
Okay. Good evening.
If you could state your name for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Rafila Rahman, and I'm from Good Energy. We are the city's consultant for municipal aggregation.
Do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, so today I'm here to kind of talk about the Brockton Community Electricity Program and give a brief overview about the draft plan that went out for public review last month. And basically how this program operates is that it only affects the supply portion of one's electricity bill. It does not affect the delivery portion. The delivery portion is still handled by the utility, which is National Grid. And people would not get a separate bill. National Grid would still continuing to send everyone their electricity bills. And how this program is beneficial is that it provides competitive rates in comparison to the utility. And the prices stay stable for a longer period of time. So if Brockton launches, they can lock in electricity prices for a significant period of time based on the rates that they get from the suppliers. And this, because of the stability, the 70+ municipalities that we have been working with, it has brought in considerable savings to municipalities. And the reason Brockton decided to get ahead with this program is to offer more affordable options for its customers. Yeah. Welcome.
Nothing you care to add? Okay.
Councilors, the presentation will be on the city website tomorrow morning.
So again, this is, Councilor Charnel.
I did have a few residents reach out to me in regards to being in favor of this initiative, Brockton Community Electric. It's been working in other communities that they've, and I'll send the copies to the clerk's office that they're in favor. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other counselors on this? Counselor Farwell.
Just a few yes and no questions, so for people at home will understand. It's strictly a voluntary enrollment. You would automatically be enrolled, but you can opt out if for any reason you do not want to participate.
Yes.
In other communities, it has saved some money. It's certainly not going to cut a bill in half, but it will reduce a portion of your bill so that you're not paying as much for electricity.
Yes.
And the reason we're doing it is that by grouping together a lot of customers in Brockton, then that drives the price down because we're in a better bargaining position with the companies that supply the electricity. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, and because this is also how the state kind of designed this program to make it opt out, so that, as you said, it gives the, if we made it an opt-in, if they made it an opt-in program, we wouldn't get as many people to join in, and the cities and towns wouldn't get enough buying power. But because of the opt-out program, the cities and towns get that buying power to move ahead and operate the program that it is done today.
Right, so, and I say this with a little bit of a chuckle, but for those who might think that politicians are getting involved in electricity supplies, that's not the case. We just happen to be the conduit to make this part of a program in the city.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Tavares.
Hi, how you doing? All right, I just have a question. Are the resident is guaranteed to save you money, or could the aggregation rate sometime be higher than national grade?
Yes, so we do not guarantee savings, but historically, what we have seen is that because the program locks in the prices for a significant amount of time, that kind of does lead to act as an insurance against the utility pricing. Now, if you go to the second last slide and see the graph for Avon versus National Grid, you will see that in 7 years, National Grid's prices has changed every 6 months, but Avon's only changed like 3 times in 7 years, and that was only because the program renewed. So sometimes the program rates can be higher than the utility, but over time, because it's locked in for for a longer period of time, it stabilizes.
All right. And then the second question, before the enrollment begin, will every resident receiving written orders to show in the rate contract, leg supplies and instruction?
Yes. So when the program shall launch, before that, customers will receive a package of letters and information and an opt-out card, and they will be given 30 days to opt out. So if they want to be in the program, they don't have to do anything. If they are a National Grid customer, they will be automatically enrolled into Brockton Standard, which is the default product. If they want to opt up to Brockton Plus, they can do that. But if they want to opt out, they'll have that card and we'll give it opt-out date and they can opt out before that. But like I said, it's mandatory from the DPU that before we launch a program, we give customers that 30-day notice.
All right. And then the last question, for those does not speak English, especially for elderly, most of them, they don't read it, they don't write it. How can you guys plan to advertise what system with those translations to be clear before, they get this? How do you?
So thank you for this question. So before this public hearing, that we know that in Brockton, there are a lot of languages that are spoken, like Spanish, Portuguese, Cape Verdean Creole, Haitian Creole, and all of that. We actually did send translated flyers. We did ask the city if they wanted any additional documents translated. So we will definitely, before sending any documents, we'll definitely send that to the city and we'll ask them if there's any specific documents they would like translated. And if they do, we can definitely send translated versions and those hard copies can be distributed all over the city.
Yes, thank you. And the reason why I asked all those questions, because as we know, electrical bill been higher than mortgage. And then plus, so many companies gonna come on the side, advertise their own whatever, and the day is gonna be another rate. Yes, we have a problem, the solar, they advertise one thing, and then the customer get another thing. And then with the supplies, electrical, and then they advertise one thing, overstart when the people get enrolled, is another rate is higher. We just need to be careful because people can't afford it anymore. I appreciate it, and I hope things work well, but end of the day, we need to look at this very careful in consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Green.
Could you just clarify what happens after that 30-day window if a customer miss that time frame for opting out? What are their options thereafter?
So after that, if they still want to opt out, they can call the supplier. We don't have a chosen supplier yet for Brockton, but after before the program launches, we will definitely choose a supplier. So they can choose the supplier and call them, or they can go to TheBrocktonCommunityElectricity.com and there will be an option in the menu called opt out. They can fill in their information and opt out. Or we will also have a separate program number for BrocktonCommunityElectricity.com, and our customer support actually manages that, and they can call us and we can help them opt out as well. So there's 3 options.
3 options.
Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to clarify that as well. All right. In regards to the other postcards that you will send out for opting out, I understand that you'll have documents available in different languages. How will you determine what language to send to the other different customers?
Usually what happens is that we do have a package, but we have one document, which is the language access document. We call it the LAD, and that language has it has a paragraph written in 26 languages in case people want to use that and come to us. And the community electricity program website that has a translation service as well. So if people want to, go through that website in a different language, they can. We're not too sure if we can, if we're planning to send the whole package in different languages. But if the city absolutely wants it, we can definitely make an exception.
Okay, all right. At what point in the entire implementation, if you will, of this program will customers know their rate?
Oh, this is before the program launches. So after this hearing, we will kind of ask the city if there's any comments that we need to incorporate in the plan. If not, we will go ahead and file the plan with the DPU, and then we have to wait about 120 days for their approval. After we get that approval, we will see the market conditions and speak to suppliers about what kind of rates we will be getting, and we will be in touch with the city. The program will only be launched if the program rates that the city has chosen is more affordable than the utility rates. We will not be launching the program if the utility rates are higher than the program rates. After that's done, and after that, we will plan for the program launch, and that is when, like I was saying, that 30-day opt-out period, that's when they will learn about their rates.
Okay, all right. And if residents have questions, if customers have questions about this program after tonight, do you have a system in place or a team in place?
Yes.
That can provide some additional information and some outreach?
Yes.
And, okay, how can they access that information?
So, like I said, that Brockton already has a separate program number. It's in the, I think it's in the community, it's in the contact list in the community electricity program. If not, they can, definitely, my email address is given in the last slide, and they can definitely reach out to me. And yeah, or they can submit their comments to the city, and the city can let us know about the questions, and we can definitely answer it, go from there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. President?
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Griffin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. If we work through this and vote in favor of this, every resident in Brockton, every utility payer for electricity will mandatory be enrolled in this program, whether they wish to be or not?
Yes, this is an automatic enrollment program.
Why?
Because that's how the state authorized it. If you see Chapter 164, Section 134, they made this program an opt-out program so that cities and towns have enough buying power to design a program like this. But this is also a voluntary program. If someone doesn't want to be a part of this program, they can opt out at any time without any penalty.
What happens to this program theoretically if people are forced to enroll in it? They decide after 30 days they don't like it, and say you lose 50, 60% of participants. What happens to the remaining participants?
The remaining participants are still enrolled. Even if there's one person in the program, the supplier is bound to still operate this program.
And who is the supplier?
We haven't chosen the supplier yet. We're still in the plan development process. After the plan is filed and approved by the DPU, then we will kind of like get in talks and negotiate with different suppliers, and the city can choose which supplier they would want to go forward with.
Okay, well, we'll be vetting this further down the road. This mandatory enrollment is something that I really don't care. I understand there's a state regulation, but I don't think people should be forced to enroll in something that they may or may not want. But looking at the state legislature, the way it's run, I'm really not shocked by this either, but we'll continue this at another time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. Just a reminder to the council and the folks at home, this is a matter presented to the council that we're not voting on. This is a hearing we're compelled to have. To be honest, it's not even a hearing that has to happen in a city council meeting. It could have been its own meeting put on by a different office in the city. I think that incorporating it into a council meeting is a good idea for visibility, but it has, I think, led to a little confusion. This is where when we're done with this, there's not even, we're not voting on this tonight. Councilor Azak.
Thank you, Mr. President. So with your recent comments, on page 9, it says structure of the program, City Council and Mayor. City Council authorizes the program.
As a point of information, Counselor, this council approved this back in late June or early July. So this is a resolve that, this is a mayor's office initiative. I just want you to know this presentation will be on the mayor's webpage tomorrow. This all came to our office very recently. This is not a city council initiative. This is a mayor's office initiative. The council has already approved it.
Okay.
The public hearing is a step that they had to do and was requested to do it here. Again, as they informed the council president, it really didn't belong here after the fact, but.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted, I didn't remember.
I just wanted to
This could
remind
have and
everybody.
should have been its own independent meeting in some respects, but this gets it in front of more people.
Okay, no problem. But my question to you is, what cities or towns are already have you implemented in other cities or towns, and which ones, please?
Yes, so we work with almost over 70 municipalities in Massachusetts, including Malden, Somerville, Medford, Arlington, etc. So most recently, we launched Rutland, and we last year launched Weymouth. We also work with Quincy.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. And now, we were handed a copy of a presentation.
Yes.
Do you have copies of the presentation available for the folks that are here that have questions?
There's definitely some extra, I think.
I'll hand mine back. It'll be on the city website, but we
Yeah.
want to make sure that they actually get a copy of what they're looking at. And, you know, this is not, you know, we have a public hearing for public comment. Then we have this resolved, the councilors are able to ask questions. But this forum does not present like a community meeting. So there are a lot of people back there who have not been able to hear everything or have further questions. Are you guys able to stand out in the hall for a couple of minutes and answer the questions and concerns that folks have here?
Sure, yes.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to recommend favorably.
There is no,
For the resolve, yes.
for the resolve we vote. Okay. So there's a motion?
Motion to
Second.
favorably recommend the resolve.
We just call it, don't we? We don't need a motion.
Yeah.
Just a hand vote. Yeah. Councilors, question comes by hand vote. All in favor? All opposed? Matter is resolved.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Thank you.
Item 21, we have a communication from the mayor reappointing Lily Green to the Conservation Commission.
That is accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor reappointing Dr. Amina Pilgrim to the Library Board of Trustees.
Accepted and placed on file.
From the mayor reappointing James Wade to the Commission on Human Rights as a regular member.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor reappointing Reverend Joseph Polycape to the Library Board of Trustees.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the grant award in the amount of $351,376 from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs to the Council on Aging. These funds are part of the FY27 formula grant.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the grant award in the amount of $1,075,000 from the Mass Department of Transportation to the Department of Public Works. These earmarked funds will be used to reimburse the purchase of snow removal equipment for the Department of Public Works.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the approval of an elections purchase of service and audit of mail purchase of service, prior year's Park Press Mail Services unpaid bill, in a total of $41,450.65. These funds will be used to pay an invoice from FY26.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of finance, goods, and supplies, prior year's unpaid bill, Canon Financial Services, in a total of $121.83. These funds will be used to pay an invoice from FY26.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the approval of fire purchase of service, prior year's unpaid bills, CUES Inc., and B&B Car Wash, in a total of $2,606. These funds will be used to pay invoices from FY26.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the approval of mayor purchase of service, prior year's unpaid bills, Canon Financial Services, Jessica Gravel, and Stericycle Inc., in a total of $471.43. These funds will be used to pay invoices from FY26.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of Veteran Services purchase of service and Veteran Services goods and supplies, prior year's unpaid bills, Canon Solutions America Inc., and Gabriella Babu, DMD, in a total of $266.08. These funds will be used to pay invoices from FY26.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the grant award in the amount of $250,000 from the Mass Department of Energy and Environmental Affairs to the Parks Department. These funds are for design and permitting Ellis Brett Pond Dam.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Unfinished business, we have an ordinance establishing charges for privately collected domestic waste in City Council, May 11th, 2026. Read and referred to the Standing Committee on Ordinance. That report was favorable as amended.
Councilors, the question is on passage to a third reading by hand vote. All in favor? All opposed? The matter is passed to a third reading.
Item 42, we have an ordinance amending the pay plan ordinance relative to the following positions: Communications Director, BEMA, Public Safety Communications Technology Specialist. In City Council, June 22, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. We have a note on this item.
Councilors, this one made your agenda by accident. I listed it as being reported as favorable, but it should have been reported as postponed. So I'm instructing no action because it's actually a matter still pending an ordinance.
There will be no action on this item at this time.
Item 43, we have the appointment of Faye Slayton of 116 Norwood Street, Brockton, Mass. to the Council on Aging Board of Directors. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on confirmation by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The appointment is confirmed.
We have the appointment.
Councilor Farwell.
Mr. President, after reading, I move that we take items 44, 45, 46, and 47 collectively and act on them.
Second.
Motion is properly made and seconded to take items 44 through 47 collectively. All in favor? All opposed? Motion is passed. Mr. Clerk.
We have the appointment of Jason Andrade of Sawtell Ave, Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton Redevelopment Authority Board of Directors for a 3-year term ending in July 2029. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee of Finance. That report was favorable. With the appointment of Lenine Pena of 32 Lawn Street, Apartment 2, Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton Redevelopment Authority Board of Directors for a 3-year term ending in July 2029. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable. We have the appointment of Marissa Rodriguez of 234 Summer Street, Brockton, Mass. to the Women's Commission for a 3-year term ending July 2029. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable. We have the reappointment of Beverly Post of 503 West Elm Street, Brockton, to the Women's Commission for a 3-year term ending June 2029. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question comes on confirmation by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The appointments are confirmed.
Item 48, ordered an order dedicating a portion of Tribou Streets in honor of the Boston brothers, Terry Boston Jr. and Mackie Boston. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Councilors, questions on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 49, order that the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $1,245,000 from Mass Department of Transportation to the Brockton Fire Department. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Questions on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 50, ordered that the City Council reauthorize the Comcast revolving fund for FY26 from all cash receipts from Comcast franchise fees in excess of $675,000 pursuant to the cable license contract, and that further that the expenditure from this fund shall not exceed $750,000 without further appropriation during fiscal year 27. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Questions on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 51, ordered that the City Council reauthorize the Transportation Program revolving fund for FY27 for the purpose of maintaining the transportation of residents ages 60 and older in the City of Brockton. The Transportation Program revolving fund shall receive the receipt of payments of donations and fees for transportation. Expenditures from the Transportation Revolving Fund shall be made on the authority and direction of the Director of the Council on Aging, provided that no more than $500,000 may be so expended without further appropriation from the Transportation Revolving Fund during the FY26. That should say 27. The Director of the Council on Aging should comply with the reporting requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and 1/2. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Questions on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 52, ordered that the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $1,031,000 from United States Department of Justice to the Finance Department. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 53, ordered that the City Council reauthorize the demolition revolving fund for the purpose of helping to fund costs in connection with demolition of buildings in the City of Brockton. The fund shall receive the receipt of payments of all demolition charges of the City of Brockton. Expenditures from the demolition revolving fund shall be made on the authority and direction of the building superintendent with the written approval of the mayor. provided that no more than $110,000 may be so expended without further appropriation from the demolition revolving fund during FY '27. The building superintendent shall comply with the reporting requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and 1/2. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Bless you.
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $751,303.59 from DPW refuse purchase of service to Republic Services. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 55, ordered the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $850,000 from U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to the Department of Public Works Stormwater. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 56, ordered that the city pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Sections 53A and 53A and a half, hereby accepts the following donation of $500 from Plymouth County District Attorney's Office to the Brockton Fire Department. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 57, ordered that the City Council reauthorize the immunization revolving fund for the purpose of funding custodial fees. The revolving fund shall capture reimbursements from the administration of vaccines, replenishing funds spent on vaccine efforts. Expenditures from the immunization revolving fund shall be made on the authority and direction of the Commissioner of Health and Human Services, provided that no more than $250,000 may be so expended without further appropriation from the immunization revolving fund during FY '27. The Commissioner of Health and Human Services shall comply with the reporting requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and a half. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
6 in the affirmative. 7 in the affirmative, sorry.
The order is adopted.
58, ordered that the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $6,450 from Massachusetts Health Officers Association to Inspectional Services Department. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable as amended.
Question is on adoption as amended by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted as amended.
Item 59, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $218,929.98 from Human Resources Benefits to Cafeteria Plan Advisors, $2,156.25, to Blue Cross Blue Shield, $216,773.73. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 60, ordered that the City Council reauthorize the vacant and abandoned buildings revolving fund for the purpose of maintaining the abandoned buildings registry as well as the closing, boarding up, and care of vacant and abandoned buildings. The vacant and abandoned building revolving fund shall receive the receipt of payments of fines and fees for the registration of vacant and abandoned buildings. Expenditures from the vacant and abandoned buildings revolving fund shall be made on the authority and direction of the mayor or their designee, provided that no more than $250,000 may be so expended without further appropriation from the vacant and abandoned building revolving fund during FY '27. The mayor or their designee shall comply with the reporting requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and a half. In City Council, July 27th, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Tavares?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Item 61, resolved, be it resolved by the Brockton City Council to invite Yolando Spinola, Jed Resco, Isabel Lopez, and Samara Murillo with the Brockton Transportation Safety Coalition, and Mary Waldron with the Champion Institute to appear before the Finance Committee to discuss recommended actions for supporting safer, more walkable, and equitable streets in the city of Brockton. In City Council, July 27, 2026, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
Question is on adoption by a hand vote. All in favor? All opposed? The motion, the question passes.
Item 62, ordinance, an ordinance establishing time restrictions on loan order authorizations by the City Council. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Brockton as follows, to be codified in the city ordinances as a new ordinance is appropriate. Any loan authorization approved by the City Council for borrowing pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 7-9 of the General Laws, or pursuant to any other enabling authority for the issuance of bonds or notes of the city, shall expire within 365 days from the date of approval of the order. If said loan authorization is not acted upon, resulting in the issuance of debt in the amount authorized within the 365-day period, a new loan authorization or extension request must be submitted to the City Council for approval.
As referred to ordinance.
Orders, an act amending Chapter 980 of the Acts of 2007 relative to property owned by the Boys and Girls Club of Brockton, Inc. Be it ordered by the City Council of the City of Brockton to adopt a home rule petition as follows. Ordered that the following petition be approved and submitted to the Great and General Court for approval under Clause 1 of Section 8 of Article 2 as amended of the amendments to the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and to the end that legislation be adopted precisely as follows, except for clerical or editorial changes of form only. Notwithstanding the foregoing or any general or special law to the contrary, the City of Brockton, acting by and through its mayor, is hereby authorized to subordinate the city's reversionary right as related to the land sale, transfer, and restrictions related thereto to a conventional lender of the Boys and Girls Club for the property located at 233 Warren Street, Brockton, Mass., in an amount not to exceed $1,300,000. This action shall take the form of a subordination authorization agreement, and be it further ordered that the City Council authorizes the mayor to execute the attached subordination authorization and agreement, and to take other actions necessary to carry out the terms, purposes, and conditions of the same. The authorization to subordinate the city's reversionary right shall be limited to this one subordination, and any further subordination shall be subject to approval by the City Council under these terms. This act shall take effect upon its passage.
As referred to finance.
Mr. President, just a
Councilor Azak.
quick question, but shouldn't it be Warren Ave?
I'm
It
sorry.
says Warren Street, but
Should be Warren Ave.
It should say Warren Ave. You're going to say that's a Scrivener's error, and we'll change that.
Good catch, Councilor Azak.
Thank you. I was reading too fast. Item 64, ordered that the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $351,376 from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs to the Council on Aging.
Referred to finance.
Ordered the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $1,075,000 from Mass Department of Transportation to Department of Public Works Highway.
Referred to finance.
Ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $41,450.65 from elections purchase of service, $11,053.30, from auditor mail purchase of service, $30,397.35, to Park Press Mail Services, $41,450.65.
Referred to finance.
Mr. President.
Councilor Farwell.
Mr. President, I'd like to call everyone's attention to items 67, 68, 69, and 70 to be read by the clerk. These are small amounts of money that are owed to vendors, and it's important that we close out the list of bills that are due and payable to vendors. Again, they're very small amounts. Because we don't have a meeting next week and because the council would not act on these bills until the 14th of September, I would like to move that we suspend the rules and act on these tonight after they're read.
Second.
Second.
Motion's been properly made and seconded.
And I'm sorry, 67 through what number, Counselor?
Through 70.
70. Do you wish to take them collectively, Counselor?
Yes, please.
Okay, so motion's been properly made and seconded to take items 67 through 70 collectively and act on them under suspension of the rules this evening. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes.
Item 67, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $121.83 from Finance Goods and Supplies to Canon Financial Services. 68, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council approve the expenditure of $2,606 from Fire Purchase of Service to Q's Inc., $2,494, to B&B Car Wash, $112. Item 69, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council approve the expenditure of $471.43 from Mayor Purchase of Service to Canon Financial Services, $102.14, to Jessica Gravel, $200, to Stericycle Inc., $169.29. Item 70, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council approve the expenditure of $266.08 from Veteran Services Purchase of Service, $34.08, from Veteran Services Goods and Supplies, $232, to Canon Solutions America Inc., $34.08, to Gabriella Babu, DMD, $232.
Counselor, anything you want to add to it, or ready to go? All right.
Roll call.
Counselors, the question is on adoption by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Taveras?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The orders are adopted.
Mr. President,
Counselor Azak.
on this next item, item 71, I'd like to take it under suspension of the rules and act on it this evening after it's read.
Second.
Motion properly made and seconded to take item 71 under suspension of the rules and act on it this evening. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Clerk.
Ordered that the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $250,000 from Massachusetts Department of Energy and Environmental Affairs to Parks and Recreation. And Mr.
We have Superintendent Carpenter here. If councilors, you have any questions?
Mr. Superintendent.
Good evening.
Counselors, now's your chance to grill them.
One last time.
Last chance.
Just for the people that watch, would you just quickly give a capsule summary of?
So this is the Dam and Seawall Grant. It's offered through the Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs. We will be utilizing these funds for final permitting and final design for repairs to the Ellis Brett Pond Dam, which is the 6th impoundment within DW Field Park.
On a personal note, I know you're going to be leaving us. And I want to say to you that you have always been the consummate professional. You have always had the best interests of the park department and our park lands and all of the activities that go on our park properties. You will be genuinely missed. You're a rare public official who, you're just deeply committed to the city. And I appreciate that as a resident and as a counselor, and I will miss you.
Thank you very much, Councilor. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve the city. I have learned a great deal in my 15 years here with the city, and I appreciate your and the council's support through those 15 years.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Azak, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Should we vote on it first?
That's what I was hoping, that we would vote on this and then we could take a little moment to.
Counselors, the question comes on adoption of the order. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Azak?
Yes.
Charnel?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Taveras?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
The order is adopted.
Mr. President,
Counselor Azak, you
I
have
move
the
for
floor.
reconsideration, hopes it does not prevail.
Second.
Motion has been properly made and seconded for reconsideration. All in favor? All opposed? Reconsideration fails.
At this time, Mr. President, I know this is Superintendent's last time before the City Council as Superintendent, so I would like to present him with a citation. So this is a citation from an official citation. Be it known that the Brockton City Council hereby extends its congratulations to Tim Carpenter in recognition of your dedicated service as Superintendent of Parks and Superintendent of Cemeteries for the City of Brockton since 2011. Your hard work, care for our green spaces, and compassionate leadership will leave a lasting mark on our community. And be it further known that the City Council hereby extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Council and attested to, and a copy hereby transmitted by the Clerk of the Council. So it's signed by President Lally, our clerk, Mr. Cruz, and myself, but I know this is on behalf of the full council, so thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Again, it has been an honor and privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Superintendent, we thank you for everything you've done. The Parks Department is one of those phenomenal departments that this city, can be really, really proud of. The work that you have done with the golf course, with the parks, the improvements that have been made. We as a council and the city as a whole are very fortunate to have had the privilege to work with you, and we wish you best of luck in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Item 72, resolve. Whereas with the approval of the governor, the Massachusetts legislature enacted laws relating to local zoning, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals must apply the new laws to our current zoning code, now therefore be it resolved to have the Zoning Board of Appeals Chair Kenneth Galligan, other members of the board who wish to participate, and City Solicitor James O'Brien or a member of his staff be invited to a meeting of the council to discuss how legal changes have directly affected our zoning code and development in the city.
Referred to finance.
Item 73, we've already handled. Item 74, resolve, whereas the U.S. Department of Homeland Security recently ended the Temporary Protected Status Program, TPS, of several immigrant groups, and whereas the city of Brockton is home to a large immigrant population that may be affected by this decision, particularly of Haitian background. Therefore, be it resolved to invite representatives of Brockton Multi-Service, Greater Boston Legal Services, HPC Haitian Community Partners, and the Brockton Neighborhood Health Center to appear before the Brockton City Council, sitting as the Finance Committee to discuss resources available to those most affected by this decision to better navigate the medical, legal, and social system during this current situation.
Councilor Charnel, I believe you're the sponsor on this, if you'd like to start us off.
Yes, so thank you, councilors. We do have representatives from all the organizations here present today. I'd like them to come up and give some testimony to...
Need a motion to suspend the rules. And
so I make a motion to act on this tonight and suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly seconded to act on this this evening. All in favor? All opposed? The motion passes. Councilor Charnel.
Yeah, sorry about that, rookie. So we do have representatives from the organizations that were listed here today. I ask that, the councilors ask questions because, as we know, this temporary protective status has ended as of today. But as many of us know, the councilors have many friends, neighbors, colleagues, some even family of Haitian descent that are now faced with this rest of living in a community that they may have to leave. And I know we say temporary protective status, but there's nothing temporary about owning a business, owning a home, having kids in this country, 401ks, businesses. So again, I ask that the council take this moment to listen to what's going on, and particularly the Haitian community, since we have a particular population, but there's many other groups that are faced with the same situation. So I ask that the council ask the members of these organizations questions. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Are they here to present?
Yes.
If whoever wants to start off could provide their name to the clerk.
Haitian Community Partners. And I, just for, one of the,
Still have the floor, Counselor.
yeah, so, and also, Governor's Counsel Tamisha Civil is here with us as well. She wasn't on the list, but she was an invited guest by me, and I appreciate her being here today. Thank you.
My apologies. I didn't see you, Counselor. Thank you for coming. Good evening.
Good evening.
If you can state your name and your organization for the record.
My name is Marlene Amidi. I am the CEO of Haitian Community Partners. So thank you, everyone, for having us today. So as you know, TPS was ended not too long ago for thousands of Haitian in the community, especially in Massachusetts, about more than 45,000 people with TPS ended. So those people are our neighbors, our friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, families. So that used to be a productive member of the community, but for the past couple weeks, they stopped being productive members of our communities. So those people, we have to have them in mind, because at one point, they are the friends of our children. They are our colleagues. They are in our school. So we need to work together to make sure that we provide some type of safety for them and security for them. And these people we're talking about, they are my family. Some of them are their family as well. So therefore, and we are not saying that they need to stay here without documentation. But what we are saying, so we all can come together and work together to make sure this administration has an alternative for them. And also, we as a community, we're here to support them. And no matter how we can support them, we need to work together to do that. That's why so many organizations in Massachusetts put together different resources and raise some fund to make sure those families, the burden that's coming with the end of the CPS, they can have some relief in the coming months that are ahead. So why we are here today, just to let you know, there's so many organizations in the Haitian, in the community, in the Brockton community, that's working with the community. So providing legal services, providing some mental health services, providing food, providing information about how to prepare in case something happened to them. So this organization, my organization, Haitian Community Partners, is one of them. So that's been doing that from the get-go for the past more than 3 years. We have been working with the migrant community, servicing them, supporting them. So we're asking you as the body of this chamber to encourage people in your network, encourage people in your community, members of your family, to support those organizations that have been doing this work and continue to do this work. So again, I'm going to pass the microphone to another organization that will come and say a few words. And after that, we can give more information about different legal services that are out there in Massachusetts to support the families. And we, as an organization, what we have been doing to support the families in the community.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. My name is Melita Theodore. I'm here with my business partner, Dorley. She's having a seat over there. And we're with Theodos Multi-Services, located right here on Center Street in Brockton, offering multiple services. Our organization helps with immigration assistance, taxes, document translations, business consultation, but most importantly with what's been happening with our constituents with TPS. We're here tonight regarding a very critical and crucial time-sensitive issue. So TPS, this is not just an immigrant issue, it's an economic stability issue for all of Brockton. When families lose their work authorization, landlords, they lose their rent. Banks face default on mortgages. Local grocery stores lose revenue, and local hospitals are also left with uncompensated emergency care. So we definitely cannot wait for these compounding issues to turn into a full-scale municipal crisis. So we want to think proactively. We'd like to present to the council a comprehensive operational plan to protect the municipality stability. Our office and partner organizations, hopefully with a a 5-pillar community response. 1, to help with housing prevention, assist our constituents with raft applications, those who are facing severe default on their rent or mortgage. Basic needs by utilizing our parking lot, which has a really large parking lot, as a drive-through distribution of emergency food, winter gear. As the winter approaches, kids are going back to school, and essential family supplies. Connecting families to fuel assistance and back-to-school essentials for Brockton Public Schools. Healthcare and debt relief is another one, assisting uninsured family members with mass health and navigating to prevent medical debt from overburdening our local hospitals. And also, the most important, of course, is legal protection, providing legitimate immigration form prep and vetting legal referrals to protect our residents from scam artists. So we're not really asking for a city budget line item tonight, but we are asking the council to partner with us and other organizations that are doing amazing work in the community. As recognized community navigators to assist and connect with these initiatives and state municipal grant opportunities to help align city departments. So that's why I'm here today.
Thank you.
So as I mentioned earlier, so we have, when we're talking about families, so therefore, sometimes a family doesn't know what to do. So the state itself put a list of references and resources for people to navigate through the tough time. So we're talking about family preparedness. So if anyone wants some information how to help the family to be prepared in case of an emergency, develop a family preparedness plan, they can ensure that children are cared for and that important legal, medical, and emergency information is ready and available. So those people can reach to Massachusetts Law Reform Institute. It's MLRI, so it's www.masslegalservices.org, so they can help them with prepare a family emergency plan, or you can reach the Massachusetts Attorney General at www.mass.gov emergency plan guide for families. Or you can reach Boston Medical Center Family Planning, so they will help you as well, www.bmc.org. /site/default filed and program. So they will help you with that, or you can reach HaitianCommunityPartners.org, so we can help you as well to prepare a family plan in case of an emergency. So legal assistance for individuals seeking immigration related legal assistance may use the following resources as well. So you can use the Massachusetts Legal Resource Finders, which is www.massachusetts.rf.org. So for any information on legal services, or MIRA, that's help as well. It's www.miracoalition.org. Or you can reach the the Justice Center in Brockton at 62 Main Street, Suite 302 for Brockton. Also, individual that has been detained by ICE for any they need to have that number ready in case they went in the supermarket or anywhere that they've been detained by ICE. They need to have those information ready that they know who to call. So they can call 617-637-8195. And family members who seeking assistance for someone who has been detained as well can call that number as well, 617-396-7143. And you can call the Haitian Community Partners as well at 508-588-0400 in case you need anything, any emergency you have or anything we can help, so they can feel free to call us. It will be able to serve them.
Thank you.
Any question?
We have.
We have one more.
Yeah, one more, yeah.
No, you're.
I'll be very brief. Good evening. I'm Ann Georges. I am a senior immigration attorney at Greater Boston Legal Services, and I serve as the co-director of the Immigrant Justice Clinic at Northeastern University School of Law. As you have all just heard, the ending of temporary protected status for both Haitians and Syrians has impacted us in the most dramatic way, impacted our community. I myself am also part of the community as a Haitian American. A lot of the individuals who've come to us since the ending of TPS have shared a number of fears. The greatest fear is not knowing how to keep their families safe, right? A lot of individuals are bringing their children to school on a daily basis, having to go to work, and the mere fact of, navigating through their regular commute is something that fills them with fear. And many of them, when they come to us for consultations, are seeking obviously proper legal services, but also are talking to us about a number of other community needs, right? Whether that be accompaniment to court hearings, right, which is not necessarily a legal service in and of itself, and also support for food and other resources. For some, they cannot venture out. They are very afraid of going outside, so having someone bring them so that those groceries and resources is important. So I say that to say that there are a lot of needs beyond the legal service aspect, and that the fear is really palpable. Now, we've partnered with a lot of organizations outside of our unit to support the Haitian community, as well as other communities in the recent past. And we've worked with Brockton, a few Brockton organizations, including the Boston Missionary Baptist Community Center. But one thing we've realized is that we simply do not have enough capacity. There are legal services throughout the Massachusetts, obviously here in Brockton. You have the Justice Center of Southeast, Southeast Coastal, who's doing a lot of great work, but all of us are at capacity. And, I'm here really to encourage you to support these legal services organizations, as well as the community organizations that need as much support as possible to help the communities at this time, whether that be financial support or just allowing them to have the proper spaces to conduct legal clinics and other types of clinics. That we've discussed family preparedness earlier. That is a huge issue at this time. Just having folks have enough the necessary guardianship documents for their children in case they are in fact removed. So we ask that you provide the necessary support to the organizations that are doing this work on the ground. They do not have enough resources. Many of them are at capacity. And while we all try to band together to provide the necessary aid to communities, unfortunately, it is always not enough. It's not enough, to put it plainly. So that is really my ask today, and my reason for coming to you all is to encourage you to really keep supporting these organizations and to make resources available to your community members as much as possible, whether that be simply having pamphlets accessible to folks so they can find proper legal support, rather than unfortunately falling for notarial fraud, which is rampant, in particular in moments of crisis such as this one. Thank you so much for your time.
I just have a question for you. So I know that.
Councilor Chanel, do we want to finish with the?
Yeah. Can I just ask her a quick question, and we can have the Governor's Council? So I think the public's understanding is that some people don't have due process. Can you just speak, just very briefly, that even though people have lost their status, they still, in this country, we still have the right of due process?
Absolutely. That is a really important point. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Anyone on U.S. territory, whether that individual has legal status or not, has constitutional rights, right? Which include, so you have the right of due process. For this, to put it plainly, means that no one can be outright, immediately deported upon being arrested, simply put, right? So if someone is ultimately detained by an ICE agent and sent to a facility, that person cannot be immediately deported. There is due process, meaning they have the right to a court hearing during which they will present a defense, whether that defense be asylum or whatever else they are eligible for. And so that is a really important point because a lot of individuals believe that if they are ultimately arrested, that they'll just be immediately shipped to their home country or a third country, and that is not correct. And there are many other rights, obviously within the Constitution, that anyone who is not a citizen also still has access to, right? The right to not be searched, in particular, is a big one, right? Individuals also often forget that they have that right. They don't immediately have to allow, an ICE agent to come into their vehicle or into their home without a proper warrant. And this is why it's important to go to Know Your Rights sessions. We go into great detail during legal clinics and Know Your Rights sessions about the various rights that non-citizens have, and we present them with red cards, which a lot of community orgs do provide also, and when we explain their rights in great detail. So not to go too long, but I just wanted to note that there are additional rights beyond due process, right? Right to not be searched, and right search and seizure and more.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you so much.
Counselor Civil, do you have anything you want to add?
Good evening. My name is Tamisha Civil. I'm on the Governor's Council, and I represent Brockton, being one of the highest in immigrants, and I am a daughter of Haitian immigrants, and I know the importance of making sure that we have access and resources to those who are affected by TPS. I'm just stating the fact that I have personally worked with Haitian partners, as well as the Greater Boston Legal Services, making sure that we have them in place and that people know that they are available to get the resources that they need. I'm still getting calls from our constituents indicating whether or not they should go to court, how to get an attorney. All these organizations here that came up and gave a testimony have access to where to direct constituents to get the help and resources. So I would just say to collaborate, partner, and make sure that these organizations that are here tonight are given an opportunity to be able to be in the forefront when services are being asked, that they may be able to use them and to be able to be guided to where they can get information about how to be protected, and if they get stopped by ICE, what should they do? Making sure that they know their rights as TPS holders, but also knowing that there is due process, as that was stated tonight. So again, it's really important for us to come now together to make sure that everyone, not only Haitian immigrants, but Syrian and every immigrant immigrant that's in this community is protected, and we do our best to making sure that their rights are protected as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Charnel, you still have the floor.
Again, I will close with, obviously this is a sombering moment that, people have lost a status, but, the fight's not over. I think, the city of Brockton and our community will stand behind our people. And again, like I say, there's due process in this country. The folks that have no status, this is all recent, and there has been no guidance on some of the things, like I mentioned before. Bank accounts, 401k, homes, cars, loans, credit, taxes. So again, I just ask that, the council, if you do receive any questions or comments from your constituents in your wards or at large, that we use, we use the organizations that are in the room and the organizations that couldn't make it today to be a voice for these people so they can get the proper guidance, legal service, and if they need services between Haitian community parties, Theodos, even the Governor's Council, and obviously Boston Legal Service. I do want to thank the council president and my colleagues here for allowing the organizations to speak on this matter tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Tavares.
Good evening, everyone. I hear you. I feel, because we're in the same. And I just have a question. For those folks been work for a little long, is any way can their job sponsor them visa, stuff like that? Can you explain how that work?
Thank you for that question, another really good one. Unfortunately, it all depends on the particular person's circumstances. For example, if someone entered through the border, right, through the Texas border, for example, without proper documentation, because of the person's manner of entry, the job would not be able to sponsor them without them exiting the country and re-entering. And even then, there can be other complications. So unfortunately, it's not accessible to a lot of individuals because of either the manner of entry or the loss of status, right, and what that presents in terms of eligibility requirements, such as unlawful presence being one of them. But it is an option for some. Folks just have to get proper consultations to see if they remain eligible even after losing TPS.
All right. And then the second question, how the work will be able to qualify to help or assist those folks and work with them. The reason I'm talking because I have my neighbors. That's why I wonder if you can guide me through the process. Literally, she been work 20, almost close to 20 years. At this point, of course, they terminated her. But my understanding is she, entered legally through the system, stuff like that. How can she be able to work with her job place for her job to be able to qualify for her to kind of, for them to assist her with the legal process? How that's going to work?
Yeah, and so I just want to preface that I would have to know more about the specific details, but generally, you're right, just to provide general information, she could, in that particular circumstance, connect with her employer, discuss the possibility of moving forward with an employment-based visa to see if they, would be willing to proceed with an employment-based visa and work with a particular firm. It is very important if anyone wants to pursue an employment-based visa, not only that they reach out to their employer to see if they're willing, but also involve a law firm, legal services, whatever organization is qualified to support that process. So it's much more complicated than that, but I think that's the first step, is seeing if they're even willing, because a lot of employers, unfortunately, are not willing. So it is important to check in about that and then see if that person, depending on their full immigration history, does remain eligible at this point for a sponsorship of that kind.
Can you explain the code EB3, how those gonna apply to those folks?
Unfortunately, I am an attorney who does prioritize humanitarian immigration, including asylum, domestic violence matters, and more. So I do not know all of the intricacies of the EB process and would not want to steer anyone in the wrong direction, but I'm happy to provide the contact information of experts in that particular field after the hearing, if that is appropriate.
Definitely. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Farwell, followed by Counselor Green.
Thank you, Mr. President. I work for a company that the leadership team is Haitian, the ownership team is Haitian, most all of the other employees are Haitian. We drive special education and other students in Framingham, Brookline, Wellesley, Stoughton. My first thought was, what will happen to my fellow drivers, because we still have all of the students to transport beginning very shortly in September. So I guess a very quick question to whoever wants to answer: do you get a sense that people are starting to receive notices that their status is being questioned, and, selfishly that could affect some of my fellow employees and our ability to get all of the work done for the students? So do we have any, I'm not looking for a hard number, but give me a general sense of where you think we are with this issue, because it is evolving, so.
Well, I do know everyone that was on TPS got notices between August 7th and 8th in their email or by mail. But a lot of these constituents may have other legal forms that they are covered by, where their work authorization is still valid. Maybe they have one because they have a pending petition of a family member and they're waiting to adjust their status. And they might have a pending asylum, and they might have a work authorization under that. So you probably would need to e-verify and see if their work authorization is still valid.
And also, as Council just mentioned, so most people, they are individual basis. Situation for someone else might be different for, you might have 10 employees, and each of them has different scenarios and have different cases. So in broad sense, we cannot say one thing for one person and then it's not fit for the other one, so.
Well, I can verify personally.
Yes, that's what, no, for his drivers, that's what I'm saying. So immigration-wise, everyone has different status. So it's case by case, so. That's what you just said, mentioned, right. So it's case by case.
That makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
but I can verify the people with whom I work come in every day, do the work. We have take-home vehicles. We transport the children. Everyone, it is like a big family. I'm probably a little odd because obviously I'm not Haitian, but I thoroughly enjoy working for this company. They're very focused on children, and I don't think the average person realizes that we're not talking about people who are sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
We're talking about people who actually actively contribute to the needs of the community and the economy, and I don't think we should lose sight of that. So, thank you.
Yeah, as she mentioned, e-verify will be the way to go to know if your employees have a status.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Green.
Thank you. So on that same note, on that last note from Councilor Farrell, let me say thank you for the work that you and your organizations do every day to provide support, resources, and care to people. I think too often we overlook and we miss an opportunity to do good to humanity. And what you do every day in providing information, educating individuals and families on how best to navigate a system, a country, and a community in a way that works best for them and for their families. And so again, thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for caring about humanity. Thank you for caring about our neighbor. I do have a couple questions. You mentioned earlier in your presentation about a operational plan. Can that plan be available to us as a council? Okay, I would love to see that, and I would love to use that as a resource. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is the other current collaboration between your organizations and the mayor's office? And one of the things that I'm hearing is, or I'm kind of surmising, is that there needs to be a concerted effort in terms of messaging and communicating and making the community aware of what is available to them. And even for us as a council, and I'll speak for myself as a counselor, it is extremely helpful for me to have all this resource in one place as much as possible that I can access and I can make available and I can help to navigate constituents in my community. So again, is there any collaboration between your organizations and the mayor's office in terms of communicating and developing a strategy for disseminating this information and your services?
Yes, I will say yes. So we have been working closely with the mayor's office and also with United Way, so to put together a work frame so hard to support the community. So anyone that have any issue, call the mayor's office. Either they will send them to our organization to provide them the resources that they need, or if we need something, we will call the mayor's office to put us in contact with other organizations that we might not have the relationship with. So yes, to say, yeah, we do have a relationship with the mayor's office in doing so.
Okay, great, thank you. Could you just share with us briefly on what you're seeing in terms of numbers of individuals accessing your services as a result of this? I know Madam Attorney said earlier that these organizations are at capacity and in many cases beyond. Could you give us just a general sense of what you're seeing in terms of volumes coming into your organizations? And specifically, could you speak about the impact and the effect on children and family separation?
So for us, I can talk about Haitian Community Partners. So our phone has been to the hook. Reason why people would just call to have the information instead of walking, as you know. So just some people are afraid to come to office as they used to come. The foot traffic is diminished, but the phone call increase. So the calling, staying on the phone with someone, providing the information to someone, that's what's been consumed most of our workers. But again, they still continue to come. I cannot tell you that we have 50 calls a day or 100 calls a day, but we do have an increase in phone calls, and the foot traffic remains steady but not increased because of the scare, people scared to go on the street due to ICE activity trafficking. And when it comes to children, so again, it's the anxiety. So therefore, they can feel the anxiety from their parents. So a family that's used to function as normal and going to work, get up in the morning, going to work, and go about their things and their ways and come back in the afternoon. Now the family stay home talking about what is plan B. And most of the time, they don't have a plan B. And kids can feel the anxiety, kids can feel the sadness, kids can feel, and that's what we have to get ourselves, because not only, it's a domino effect, not only it will impact the family itself, but the entire community. And mental health will be in the rise. If we don't have a solution to support those families right now, we will pay that in the long term. So I think little investment we can do with people with TPS. I'm not talking about Haitian only, because it's not only Haitian that lose their TPS. There's many other community that lost their TPS as well. I think we as community, we as people, we need to understand the impact that immigration having on those families, having on those community, how we need to work together to support them, their mental health, economically, and socially, that we can support them. So again, we might not see it right now, but school going to see it themselves when they start to go to school next week. So again, some of them might not go to school because they're afraid to send their kids to school. Although we do have the Protection Act that just passed, but again, I'm not gonna, if a family is afraid to send their kids to school, I'm not gonna tell them, send them to school because you're going to be protected. Who said that they're not walking them to the bus stop? ICE not gonna stop them. Yes, while they are in the bus, there's nothing can happen. While they are in school, nothing can happen. But walking to the bus stop, it's a risk. It's a risk that they are taking. It's anxiety. It's so hard. It's so hard for those families and for the community as a whole. So that's what I can say right now. So I don't know if you want to add to that.
I mean, aside from, Theodos right now has no partnership with the mayor's office, but we do work closely with many people in the community. Aside from my business, I'm very active in my church community, so I can already see a decline in church members not showing up. I run the youth group for Christ the King Haitian community, and I've been doing that since for the last 20 plus years. And even some of my youth who have active who had TPS, families had TPS, they haven't been showing up in church. And I'm texting, hey, what's going on? And like, my parents don't want me to leave the house. You know, so I've been in the house for like a week or 2 weeks. So it's very impactful, the messaging that we're getting. It's heartbreaking. You know, I've had clients cry because they just received an order to appear in court because they no longer have a specific status and they never had immigration court. And they're like, what's gonna happen to my child? So I think we need something in place to let people know that, yes, this is happening, but you're not alone. There are resources out there. Here is plans that you should take to prepare the in case, because it's an in case and things happen and happen so quickly that if you're not properly prepared, you know, what will happen to your child that was born here? So imagine kids telling me, if I go to school, will my parents be home when I get back? It's horrible. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
And just finally, would Madam Attorney, and please forgive me, I'm forgetting your name, would you care to comment a little bit on the family separation piece?
Yes, of course. Now, I know earlier you asked about numbers. I failed to mention that Greater Boston Legal Services serves, well, so it's a nonprofit legal services, right? That specifically provides help for family law, employment, et cetera. Our immigration unit happens to be one of 9 different units and is the only one that actually does have a statewide mandate. So we've been getting calls from all over. And right now, again, I don't have hard numbers similarly to other organizations, but can state that we've seen hundreds of more calls per week. That's certainly something I can say. And in terms of enforcement, I also didn't touch on that earlier. While we have not yet seen a significant rise in enforcement, that is something that we are preparing for. So when you talk about family separation in particular, right, we're looking at the numbers, the increase in detention, arrest and detention. And we haven't yet seen a significant increase in that for the Haitian population. So I can't really say that we've seen this number of families separated as of yet. However, the fears that were discussed earlier are certainly at the forefront, and families are looking more at family preparedness clinics than they were before, because it is not something that folks are, you know, initially willing to look at, right? Doing, you know, coming up with guardianship documentation for other family members and or just figuring out basic plans. That's not something folks are generally inclined to move forward with, but we're seeing more of that interest now. So family separation is still a little fuzzy. We still don't yet have quite the picture of what that all is gonna look like, but we have heard that there have been reports that plans are being put in place, including, you know, even the obtaining of parking spaces by ICE in certain areas of Massachusetts. So we anticipate that may come in the near future, but not yet.
Okay, all right, thank you. Again, thank you for all your efforts. I look forward to working with you in serving as a conduit for the information and just making that available to the community. Information is power, and we need to inform our constituents and the community at large as to what their rights are and what resources are available to them. So as much information as you can provide, I will happily take all that and make that available to whoever is in need of that. Thank you so much again for your time and for all your work. Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Azak.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, ladies. Thank you for all you're doing. I think you're doing amazing work, and it's not easy. So thank you, and thank you for being here this evening, and Counselor Charnel for sponsoring this resolve. I just have a quick question. I'm familiar with HCP and the Neighborhood Health Center and all of them, but I wasn't familiar with your organization on Center Street. But can you give us a phone number or a website? That way, you know, if people want to reach out to you.
Yeah, so Theodos is at 720 Center Street, Suite 2B, and our phone number is 508-545-7858, www.theodoss.com. Theodos.com.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. We'll share this information with our constituents. Thank you again.
Thank you, Counselor. Councilors, the question comes on adoption by a hand vote. All in favor? All opposed? The matter is adopted. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
All right, councilors, that is the end of our agenda. Are there any moments of personal privilege? Councilor Tavares.
I just want to remind for 27th, Thursday, 6 p.m., my Ward 2 meeting. 6 p.m. And I hope to see all my fellow Ward 2.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselors, before we head out, just a reminder, our next meeting is Tuesday, September 8th. Next Monday is the 5th Monday in August, and we have the holiday on Monday the 7th. I was remiss earlier. I neglected to mention that I had heard from Councilor Nicastro. She's unable to attend this evening. And just a reminder to the folks at home, the state primary election is September 1st, so make sure to get out and vote. Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned.